Are you looking to create meetings for your business and you want to keep it simple, productive, and organized? Well, there's a system that's called Hugo, and it does exactly that. It's super easy to use and implement with your own calendar. So let's go jump over to my desktop and show you how right now. This is Hugo's site, and if you guys want to check it out, that link will be provided in the description. Now, Hugo helps you manage your calendar, tasks, and notes inside of one integrated system. Plus, it also integrates with other apps to make it more powerful. Now, one of the things I like about Hugo is their generous free plan that they provide. So for example, on the basic plan, which is $0, you get up to 10 users, unlimited docs, unlimited tasks, basic integrations, access to 100 plus templates, and unlimited private templates. All that for free. So if that's good enough for you, well, you're good to go. And if you need more features, well, there's a pro plan and the business plan. Now, let's go jump over to my Hugo dashboard. This is my main dashboard, and you're gonna get a quick overview of your recent meetings, your tasks, and all that information. So on the top left, we have our view of the calendar, and you can see we have selected today's date, which is the 12th, and we're able to view the meetings that we have today. So for example, at 1 p.m., we have first Hugo meeting. I created that just for testing purposes. And if I click on any of these hours, I'm able to create a meeting really quickly, which I'll show you in a bit. We're also able to view the meetings here at a quick glance. Thursday, 13th, we have these meetings, and we have the task available here and quick notes on the bottom. So if I just want to go ahead and write a note right here, I'm able to do it just by clicking on this and start writing. So it's really cool. If I want to view the week view in a blown up way, we have it viewed this way. So I just click on it and we're viewing January 9th to the 15th, which is what week I'm on right now. And I'm able to view the meetings right here. Now, heads up, the integrations, for example, I have it integrated with my Google Calendar. These meetings get added to my calendar wherever I have it, on my desktop, on my phone or tablet, just wherever I have that. And it's also cross sync. So that means that if I also add a meeting, for example, I have here test on my phone, it's also going to be added here on Hugo. So that's really helpful to create meetings over there and here also, so they don't get mixed up. And if I create a meeting on my phone, like I did right here, I can go ahead and convert this to the Hugo meeting, which lets me add more information, which is tags, create task, add people, and just do way more with it. Instead of just having a plain like alarm on my phone when I create it, I can do a whole lot more here on Hugo. Let's go back into my dashboard right here. And like I mentioned before, if I click on any of these hours, I'm able to create a meeting. So let's just say right here, 6 p.m. I am going to name this meeting for video. Here we go. And if I want to add an emoji to this just to find it quickly, I can go ahead and add that there. And I can select the date right here. And this is going to be the 14th. What time? 6:15. I don't know, 7:45. And it's going to end on such date. Time does not repeat, or is it going to repeat? So we have these options to make this daily, weekly on Friday, monthly on second Friday, annually on Friday, and custom. So if it's going to be every Wednesday, for example, we can use custom and do that. Or if it's going to be once a month, we have those options available there. It's going to be a meeting for all day, or is it going to be structured for the time frame that we've selected? And there's also the attendees right here. So for example, if I want to add one of my teammates, which I created, it's Tony Stark. I just created that. And he's going to get notified once I create this meeting. And if this is going to be a Google Meet or a Zoom Meet, I can select it here. And it's going to automatically generate the link for that meeting. So I don't have to go to Google Meet and I don't have to go to Zoom to create these links. So that's pretty cool. I'm not integrated with Zoom, but if I was, I have the option to select it. In this case, Google Meet. Does this have a location? In this case, I'm not going to use it. And I can go ahead and create it. I have the options to send invite emails to attendees, sync to Google Calendar. If I want to turn this off, I am also able to do it. But in this case, I do want it to be added to my Google Calendar. That way it's available, I know on my phone, I know on my tablet, on my desktop, or wherever I have it integrated. So let's go ahead and create this. And now I have the option to add docs to this. So more information to help me be more organized and productive. Now they have some templates available, which is for example, agenda, campaign for kickoff, campaign planning, general meeting, marketing weekly, or show more. I can also create my own templates. I'm going to select, for example, I don't know, campaign meeting. And there we go. There we go. It adds up this template. This is really good because it saves me time. If I know I have to use this information, it saves me time from not having to write all of these, not having to write bullet points because they're already there, and I just add what I need next. For example, here, I'm just adding more. Or decisions, I have a check box here. That's available there. So it's pretty cool that we can create our own templates for our own needs, because if it's something that we're going to use frequently, it helps us out. Let's just say that I'm an airline company, right? Well, I'll have already built this for your ticket information, your refund information, questions that I might ask or whatever, right? I have it ready for whatever my need is. In this case, I've added that one. If I want to add tags, I'll just say video. Another one will be test because that's what I'm doing right now. And these are tags to help me find it later on in case I need to. Okay, next steps, if I want to add someone here. And inside of this data that I have right here, there's several things that we can do. So we have the formatted text, which is what you would see everywhere, like bold, italic, underline, score, color fonts, and all of that, attachments. But there's also this. If I click on insert, there's things that we can do. I can add a form. In this case, form is only available on business plan, so heads up. But there's also these, like free text just for writing, multiple choice, drop down, opinion scale, ranking, attachments, video responses, images. There's also a recording for Loom. So I don't have to have Loom installed to use this. So I'll click on Loom, for example, do it there. And there we go. It's going to select that there, and I can start recording if I like there. In this case, I am not going to do it, but it's available there just by inserting it, okay? And if I wanted to add one of these, for example, multiple choice, there we go, it's added. Like, what do you like the most, right? Just simple questions. I don't know, fruit, meat. There we go, we have that. Okay, and now we have that inside of the doc. So it's pretty cool that we have these type of features. So it's not just plain text, we have all those features available. Now on the right of this, we have tasks. If I want to add a task to this, so for example, I'll just say, edit video, okay? And if I want to assign it, well, I'll assign it to Tony because he's the one who has to edit it. And does he have a due date? I'll say, yes, he has by next week to do it. I can add more tasks. And if I want to add this link to calendar, I can do so by enabling it. And in this case, I have previously integrated with ClickUp. So if I want to create a task on ClickUp, I can do so from inside of Hugo. In this case, I'm not going to do it, but it's possible. I've also integrated with Trello. And again, we have the option to create a card or create a comment. Okay, all from there. If I want to connect with more apps, I do so by doing it there. Now there's also the notification bell right here. We can trash this or discard it to draft and we can view those later. We can share this. So for example, we have a link right here. We can go ahead and copy it. Now heads up, if I don't make this public access and if I share the link, only the people who are attendees will be able to view that. Let me go ahead and copy this, make it public. I'll open incognito mode and we're going to this link. Now, I'm not signed in incognito mode. This is just anyone receiving the link, and they have a clear view of what's going on in this meeting. Let's go ahead and wait for that to load. It's going to load the docs that we have. There we go. Here it is. They have a clear view of what's going on and what the meeting is going to be about. So in this case, I made it public, so anyone with the link will be able to view this. If they want to log in or sign up for any other use case, that's possible. But they are able to, for example, if they want to edit, they have to create an account, okay? And if we allow them. So everyone in Hugo Team, all attendees in your Hugo Team, selected users and groups of Hugo Team. So those are the options. And if we want to add an expiration date, that's also available, or email. Those are the share options. So in this case, I'm saying, you know what? I'm good to go. This is what I need. I'm ready. Let's go ahead and save it. There we go. It's been saved and now it's been added to my phone, my tablet, and anywhere else I have connected my Google Calendar because that's what I have integrated. And again, like I said, since I've selected Google Meet, it's also adding that link. So if in this case is a previous test, there's a Google Meet there because it's been added to the calendar. Now, other things that we have are the tasks. Since we've created a task, we're able to view them here. Upcoming, no date. So in this case, I've added the upcoming to 1 week, like I set it up before this. If I click on this check mark, we're able to, well, mark it as done. If I click on it, we're able to view it. Okay, here it is. The task, obviously it has nothing to do with edited video, but that was just for testing purposes. Okay, let me close this. And I can also view show completed and not. So for example, I'm viewing here the not completed, but if I want to view everything, not and pending, so we're able to view them all there. Group by due date or group by meeting. We can see assigned to me, assigned by me, and filter task for whatever you want to use, search text or the meeting. We're also able to view the docs. In this case, I can view my draft just in case I didn't save it or I sent it over there. The team docs, so for example, here are the documents that we have available and we're able to view them here. Helps you organize and helps you be more productive, trust me. And we also have my docs here. Okay, we're able to view them and we're able to use filters and all that good stuff just to find it easier. Now, there's also the settings for this. Go in here, go into account settings. Now, one of my recommendations is that you get started on settings because obviously you want to set up your team members, your time zone, and the integrations. So in this case, your default doc access, in this case, I have it only meeting attendees in your Hugo team. But we can have this default. If you're only using only me, you have that set by default. So you don't have to do it every single time or everyone in your Hugo team. We have the team info. So here's the two team members that we have. The one I created, Hugo Stark, Tony Stark. The calendar, so default duration, 30 minutes in my case. It's connected to Google Meet. The time zones, if you want to add more time zones that you use frequently, you add them here. My calendars, in this case, they're already added. The mute rules, if you want to add these. Notifications, what do you want to get notified on? Everything or some stuff. We have the option for Slack and email. Templates. So these are the templates that we saw in the beginning. So when I create a meeting, we're able to use the templates to help us do the information, the doc faster, right? For whatever we need. But we can create our own depending on our own needs, okay? And we're able to view them when we create that meeting. The forms, like I mentioned before, it's available on the business plan. The apps, these are the apps that you can integrate with. And in this case, I already enabled ClickUp, Trello, and Zapier, but there's also all of these available here. Now there's a Zoom one in case you use Zoom instead of Google Meet, and these other options. Now, one of the good things about this is that Zapier is available. And with Zapier, basically, you can connect to a bunch of hundreds of applications using Zapier. So in case the one that you use is not available here, you can do it through Zapier, okay? We have the users. In this case, I have Tony Stark added. I can change him to admin, manager, or remove him. Right now, he's only a member. Invite permissions, user groups, team info, calendar, notifications for sharing, the apps, which we saw, emoji reactions, and the billing. All of that on Hugo. So like I mentioned in the beginning, if you want to have a system for creating meetings that's simple, easy to use, and productive, well, Hugo would be the option for you. And like I said before, they have a really good, generous free plan in case you need something simple and not the whole bunch of features. But if you're in a growing business or you're a big business already, well, you might want to look into the Pro plan and the business plan. Well, that is Hugo. I thank you all for watching. My name is George, and this is SaaS Master. I'll see you guys later.